Hello and welcome to this installment of Talkin Trim. I'm Jonathon Skinner and today we're looking at some fully trimmed seats for the Mazda MX-5 models. Also referred to as the Mazda Miata models depending on where you're based in the world, but I will continue referring to them as MX-5s for the duration of this video as that's what I know them as. This is a continuation video. I've done another couple of videos beforehand which I do encourage you to watch. They'll be found at the end of this video but also can be found on our YouTube channel. But to give a bit of an overview of what we're doing here now is we are patterning up and making the Mazda MX-5 seats a bit more classic looking. And the reason for that is that you tend to find that amongst the car range that we make kits for, such as the Triumph TRs, Austin Healeys, Jaguars and MGAs, from the sort of 50s, 60s, 70s era, you tend to find that quite a few people opt to fit the MX-5 seats into their car for the obvious reason that they offer much better back and lateral support. But the issue that we've found with this sort of thing from an interior trim point of view is often people don't bother retrimming them. They use the sort of original cloth version of the seats, often obviously with the original design, which is a very modern sort of 90s look compared to the classic pleated style looks of the 60s and 70s, etc. And so what we've endeavoured to do is to start making patterns suitable for this version of the seat, which has a detachable stalk headrest to it, but we're making the seat design a bit more classic and a bit more in line with whatever car that you're actually planning to fit them in. And this is our E-Type design, effectively, because it is actually ending up in an E-Type Roadster. Now, what we've obviously endeavoured to do, this is an E-Type, albeit a fixed head, but the principle of the seats is exactly the same. You have vertical pleats and front to back, back to front pleats on the cushion bases there, and so obviously that's what we've endeavoured to do here with this element of things is make the pleats nice and wide like the E-Type pleats are, then do the vertical ones on the backrests and the forward-facing ones on the cushions. We've even gone to the level of detail of doing the cross seam there. Now, with the MX-5 seats, it is worth noting that to get them to fit in certain areas, you actually have to have a cross seam to allow it to get anchored in to the hog ring area on the actual framework itself. So what we've done, you actually do get them on the backrest as well, but we've managed to hide those using a very clever tactic. But on the cushions, we've actually kept it because then it kind of keeps the aesthetic of that cross seam that's found on the E-Type there. So this is our sort of E-Type variation of the seat cover, but we are planning on doing lots of different versions to try and align with a few of the different designs that we're commonly doing day in, day out for the various cars that we do. So next up will be a version for the TR6, the Triumph TR6, as we've had lots of requests for those. So if you are interested in whatever car you have, having a design made for you, then do contact us. We obviously have limitations on this in terms of what we can actually do based on the framework of the seat, but we are open to suggestion and ideas, so do keep tuned to the channel because there will be other videos as more and more people get in touch with their designs request. So be sure to check those out. And like I say, the next one up to bat is a Triumph TR6, which I'm looking forward to doing as it's actually been a few years in the making in terms of us getting into that side of it there. But as you can see, this seat here has been done much to the E-Type design. So you've got the pleats, as I've mentioned there. You've even got this pipe surround border going around, which separated the front of the backrest to the back of the backrest there, which is a theme on the E-Type there. Even down to this surround going around here, which again was a theme on the E-Type, whereas originally on the MX-5 seats they just waterfall over the edge there. And a lot of the bits that are piped on here are top stitched on the original seats, but we've reverted back to piping to give it that more classic look and feel. And then on the Series 1 versions of the E-Types, they actually used a material called Moquette, which is a wool-based carpet-like material. It's basically a very short pile, unbacked carpet wool material. And so we've even done this on the back of the MX-5 seats using Moquette there. We've kept the elasticated pocket on the back there, which obviously the E-Types didn't have, but it's a nice feature on the MX-5s. But yeah, these are sorts of levels of detail that we're going for on the styling side of it, to try and make it look a bit more classic and a bit more authentic to whatever car you're putting it in. So yeah, just thought I'd do a very quick video showing you the finished results. These have been done in cherry red grained leather. We can also offer smooth leather for most of our colours. and then using Red Moquettes. They've been done to a Leatherfaced specification, which is a kind of factory spec for E-Type. So the majority of the seats is leather. The surrounds here are vinyl, and then the back here is Moquette, which is original for the Series 1 and Series 2. Sorry, Series 1 versions of the E-Type, not Series 2s. But if you had a Series 2 or Series 3, then we can just revert to vinyl on there, or leather if you want to upgrade it. Not a problem at all. But yeah, they come out very nice. We're very happy with those. And like I say, we will be doing lots of other designs up and coming in the next year or two anyway. So be sure to check out and keep tabs on our YouTube channel for that. And of course, if you have a specific request, let us know and we can see what we can do. We do recommend that you would send us the frames, or we source some frames for you, because sure, we can send out pre-manufactured seat covers like we do for the rest of our kits, but they're not particularly easy seats to trim. These, in fact, I'd say they're quite tricky. So do bear that in mind. So I would recommend that we trim them up for you, but obviously open to supplying just the seat covers if you wish. But a word of warning, they are hard. Even I'd say for a professional trimmer, my trimmer, I would say, struggled with them, but certainly wasn't an easy job, so bear that in mind. But yeah, I hope you found this a useful video. Please remember to like and subscribe, and of course share with other classic car enthusiasts out there. And be sure to check out the other videos on my YouTube channel, and of course stay tuned for more videos in the future. Thanks very much.